ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यः आदिगुरुं जगद्वन्द्यं लोकाधीशं परात्परं नवयुगप्रवर्तारं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं श्रीशारदां विश्वमातां शिष्यवृन्दं च षोडशम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We finished the what is Vishaya, second of the Anubandha Chatushtaya we finished. We are entering into the third, Sambandha. Of the four Anubandhas, the third one. Sambandhastu tadaikya prameyasya tat pratipadakopnishat pramanasya cha bodhya bodhaka bhavaha. Sambandha. Sambandha means what is the relationship between this text we are studying and the Vishaya, subject which is going to be studied, realized. Here, though we are studying, it is a thing to be realized. Now, for knowledge and information, we study so many things, like newspaper, gadgets, and so many things we study. It is not for realizing. Even when we study the other spiritual texts or the religious texts, most of them are just the style of our life, how to live in this world, how to call upon God, how to have relationship with God. These are not realized. It is not meant for realizing. A moral life, it is not realized. It's a constant practice. The whole life you are going to practice ethical and moral perfections. It is to be followed. It is something like daily routine. But this one, when we study spiritual attainments, it is exclusively we have to realize that. And realizing, we follow the path. The spiritual path is different from the one is Kriya. Whenever we take up a subject, we have Jnana Pada, which is going to be the fundamental of our whole studies or what we are going to attain. The whole knowledge is given. For example, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. The whole knowledge is given by the Jnana Pada. And then there is Kriya Pada. What are the external, Bahya rituals and what are all connected with that? How to have a proper residence for sadhana. Where will you find? In a forest or in a cave, here, there, that suitable to your goal. Where is an ashrama, a temple where you can daily go and calmly sit and do your spiritual practices. All this, or you make your own way, a place where you can. This is all comes and Kriya. And then another part of our sadhana is the Karya. Kriya is different from what we are going to, we call it Charya. Charya is another part which becomes a day-to-day part of the life. Follow be humble in your life. All these things. Don't hurt anybody. Daily observe a routine. Be disciplined. Keep the things, shaucha and all those things, keep it properly. These are all These we follow like a daily routine and lifestyle. What lifestyle you are going to observe. And then Yoga Pada is what we are going to follow. In Yoga Pada, we have the how to realize the individual consciousness to merge in the absolute consciousness. What are the paths we are going to follow? In that, the whole yama, niyama, pranayama, pratyahara, all these come into picture on one side. Another side, how this individual consciousness, how it stretches itself to merge in the absolute. This is called from dharana onwards, dhyana is the beginning of the samadhi sthiti. So there we see in Yoga Pada is part of realization. All others are, even the knowledge, reading and studies, adhyayana is not a realization. It is just collecting information. That is called Jnana Pada. But we come to the Yoga Pada. Charya Pada is day to day. Kriya Pada is what disciplines we are going to follow as a religious. It mainly is attached to the rituals and all the needs of rituals. I want to do worship, what are the things you need? Including temple formation, the image formation and all that, how to make an image, how to do, all this comes under the Kriya Pada. Charya is day-to-day maintenance of our lifestyle. Now, with this, we are going to enter into the Yoga Pada, and all this we just in case of need we refer. And suppose my mind is not going to stay, whatever is, some days it so happens the mind is not at all inclined to sit for meditation. What will you do? Then the whole thing, you will go through the other parts to assist your meditation. Here, from Yoga Pada, when you are not able to enter into the Yoga Pada, then other padas are Charya and all this, whatever is possible. Go and sit in the shrine and pray. It again comes into the Kriya Pada. So in the Yoga Pada, we get pure sadhana, spiritual practices. And here, the text is going to give till the end the whole jnana, what is required, and the path to go also. The last part of the text is how to attain God, how to realize what is told, the Jiva Brahma, Aikyatvam, what is told as the Vishaya, how to realize. So here, Sambandhastu Tadaikya Prameyasya, that Prameya, which is to be realized, that oneness of the Jiva and the Ishvara or the beyond, Brahma. Because when we remove the upadhis of the two, Jiva's upadhi and Ishvara's upadhi, the absolute existence, the Parabrahma alone remains. So when the Jivatva and Ishvaratva are removed, it is Brahman. So this is to be realized. I am Brahman is to be realized. Aham Brahmasmi. So that Prameyasya, Tat Pratipadaka Upanishads. So many Upanishads, different Upanishads are telling the same thing in different ways. Which is going to touch your heart, which is going to touch your mind and absorb you into it, we do not know. So many ways the same thing is being explained, which doesn't have any indriyas, which doesn't have any limbs and all this. What is Brahman? Goes on explaining. What is Jiva? Goes on explaining with so many ways. Suddenly something clicks for someone. Yes, I got it. There was a sadhaka who was constantly searching for his path. Whoever comes to that region regarding spiritual matter, whomever he meets, He goes on inquiring and struggling. He could not get. Years and years passed, decades after decades passed. He could not get exactly what he is seeking. Once he went to the Ramana Maharshi's ashrama, where he suddenly got his link with the divine. Oh, this is my path. I have to go by this. All other things which I struggled for 3-4 decades was at once dropped from the mind. Just one thing, Ekatattva Abhyasa. He suddenly entered into that. And day and night, only that. He had forgotten all other things. This is the way which is going to. The Upanishads are going to tell in various ways, but one thing, somewhere, which exactly matches your nature, Prakriti, Swabhava, then your way of dealings, your status of spiritual status, all this matching, one thing will come into your life. While studying, one thing clicks, and then you find the door open. You have to struggle and enter. So in this Upanishads, he is going to give the Tat Pratipadaka. Same thing is being told, Aikya, in various ways. Upanishad Pramanasya. That is the only ultimate Pramana for us. We have 2 Pramanas. One is the enlightened soul coming and telling, yes, this is the path. This is how you are going to realize. So that authority with which he tells, I have seen, and another is the Vedas, Vedic Pramana. That too of the Jnana Kanda. We are concerned with the Jnana Kanda. Upasana Kanda also we transcend. We directly go to the Jnana Kanda because it is Advaita. So the whole plan is in such a way, Karma Kanda is given up because it is Sakamya. But why it is given if it is Sakamya? Because the karma should not bind him. Haphazardly he should not enter into the world and start possessing the property. He wants something. He wants to become a king. He wants to have some property. He wants to have a child. Putra Ishti. All this don't haphazardly go. Go in this style. Karmas will not bind you. Go safely, because that is not the end. Immediately you have to shift to the Upasana Kanda. The time is going away. Energy of the body is going to shut down. And then you will see the zenith you are crossing. Then by that time, the climbing period is over. Now climbing down comes into picture. The life is going to the other half of the life. So immediately you have to shift to Upasana Kanda. Now I should not run after the things of the external worship and all that. Now it is time for me to enter in. From there to Jnana Kanda, pure Jnana Kanda. In the systematic way of Varnashrama Dharma, in the Ashrama Dharma, we see Brahmacharya, then the Grahastha Ashrama, Garyahastya, then Vanaprastha, then Sannyasa. Vanaprastha is a precious thing, but total renunciation and Ekatattva Abhyas, one thing, and leaving everything other, and total dependence of nature on nature and God will not come till the sannyasa is attained at the age of 70 to the 4th stage of the ashrama dharma. But in our path, those who are permitted anytime, whenever, wherever you are, irrespective of the stage in which you are there, you have a right and necessity to, anytime anybody feels I have to renounce, and immediately renounce. And a moment's delay may again lose that opportunity. It has come in so many people I saw in my life that they could and they wanted. Tomorrow they did, it's over. They were fully ready to renounce. But yes, tomorrow I will come. You will never come back. This moment, yada vrajet, tada pravrajet. So when the desire to renounce comes, immediately do. Shankaracharya says, don't delay even a second. The opportunity may go away. So this Upanishads go on telling the exact thing that pramanasya bodhya bodhaka bhava. What is the sambandha between the text and the prameya? What is to be realized? And with the text, what is the different sambandha, relationship between the subject you are going to realize and the subject that is going to be being described in the text? What is the relationship? It is bodhya bodhaka bhava. Now, I am going to read Mahabharata or Ramayana. What is the relationship between the subject matter and the book? Book is going to explain the life of Rama in Ramayana and Mahabharata war in Mahabharata. It is bodhya bodhaka. This book is going to explain about Rama's life. So it's called Ramayana. This is what is bodhya, what is to be understood is Rama's life. Bodhya bodhaka. This is going to explain you who is Rama, where from he came, what is he did, whole of his life, everything is going to be explained. So bodhya is, I want to know about Rama, whole Rama's life, and his past and his future, and all that, how he enters into the heart of all jivas, how he is existing, all this I want to know. Yes, Ramayana is there. Now, I want to know the spiritual significance of Ramayana. Yes, there is another book which is going to give you the Adhyatma Ramayana. So, like that, this is going to give purely Adhyatmika Tattva of the Ramayana. The story I want, this is Bodhya and Bodhaka. Like that, here also, Upanishad, what is you are going to realize and what the Upanishads are going to tell are both brought in the text in such a way, what you are going to realize, it has been explained from various sources of the Advaitic treatise, it is called. In the treatise, I have brought in such a way, this is Bodhya and Bodhaka. You are going to realize, and it's all details I am going to give you here in this book. The author says, this is Bodhya Bodhaka. You have to realize God, and all the details needed for you to walk in that path, to realize has been given. Now, from beginning, you have to go through the whole thing. Every bit, he goes on explaining, including the path that you have to tread in the end. And as you go, the understanding becomes more and more clear, because we will always have a hazy understanding of a subject. And as you enter, you will see it's opening. Perfection has no end at all. It goes on. Now, just a meditation. The moment I sit, can it mind go inside, turn it inside? How much of purification is needed, how much of perfection is needed. At once, you sit, you drop away the world and start meditating. To that stage, how long it takes? Perhaps one life is not enough. That struggle, that perfection. So here as we go, all the doubts get cleared. And then path becomes very clear. As if you are sitting and visualizing what's going to happen in your life, the whole of the process. So that clarity this is going to give you. This is called sambandha. And next we have the prayojana. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhrita Vigraham Vai Ishavatāram Parameshamīdyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.